then I'm
the
like,
worst thing she's ever done in her
No,
life.
I told you the worst thing last episode or 2 episodes ago. So anyways, we were good. Jack was able to shower. We borrowed the Peter's poop hose and it all was well. So it was good.
You're a scandalous one.
It was a wild weekend in Louisville.
Gosh.
I don't know what else
well,
happened
you didn't
there
miss
that was so
anything
funny,
here.
but
I don't know. There was nothing going on here, like truly nothing. We're like getting ready. We're going away this coming weekend, and then it's like get ready for Thanksgiving.
well, we're
time.
going to the OSU Minnesota game.
Yeah,
So we're tailgating. We're going
which
to the game.
everyone
we're taking
is
the
excited
kids.
for, except for Kristin.
No, I'm excited. Listen, I grew up in the town. I don't see why I need to go pay for a hotel. Like,
Because it's fun. It's to be with friends. I
It's
paid
not
for a
even
hotel
near
in Cleveland.
campus.
I've paid for hotels in Cleveland before.
It's
like it's just
fine.
fun. It's to be with friends and to get away. And
what
to
if your
just-
friends aren't there? Because I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know any of these people. I'm like, who are you on this text list? I don't even know who this is.
Well, I don't know all of those people, but I know
great.
who my
It's
friends are
good.
that are going. I think we're gonna have a nice time.
It'll be a fine time. There's a lot more to
First
the
of
story,
all,
but it involves a lot of driving back and forth
Any
to get people
conversation,
there.
any conversation leading up to a weekend where someone says it's going to be fun and the other person says it'll be a fine time
It'll be a fine time.
is really just like
My
let's
fun
do
and your
this.
fun are different.
I think we're very clear,
And our kids are there, and I want to have a nice family time.
and I think it will be.
We'll report back next week.
I think it'll be great. So we have that this weekend. Oh, Olivia, speaking of our kids, Olivia is so mad at me. I have to tell you what I did to her. So we ran out of bread. Although we didn't really run out of bread. We just, like, I buy the bread at Costco. So it comes in like
The Italian
2 loaves.
bread. You get the Italian, yeah.
And it comes in 2 loaves. And I always just throw the extra loaf in the freezer.
Oh, I know what you did. This was bad, and I would never do this.
Okay. Well, I did it. So I had the loaf
I'd
of
be
bread
mad too.
in the freezer. And
Wait, you freeze your bread?
Yeah, like the second loaf I freeze.
Ew, yuck.
It unfreezes and it's perfect.
No, you can tell the difference.
I promise you can.
You can. I don't like frozen bread.
Okay, well,
I think my
eat
husband
your
would
bread.
even agree with me.
that's fine.
I don't
But
like
it's
to
just
freeze
for
it.
my kids' sandwiches. We don't eat. Tom and I don't eat bread anyways, so it's fine.
Okay, tell him what
great.
you did. It's
Well, anyways,
real dirty.
it's not dirty. So
It was sneaky, and
it
you
was
know
the
it.
end of the bread. It was the end of the bread, and it was the heel. Which remind me, I could tell another story about that, but it was the heel, and there were 3 pieces plus the heel remaining. And I had to make 2 sandwiches. And Sam, my 12-year-old, was
Her favorite child.
with me. And he's like, you're not giving me that heel. I'm like, no, I would,
I would
not.
never.
I would never give you the heel. So instead, I took the heel, flipped it the other way, and I put the inside of the sandwich with the outside of the heel. So
Tricky.
put mayo on it, slapped some ham and cheddar cheese on there, and made a sandwich. About 4 hours later, I get a video from my daughter, a text video.
I would have videoed you
is
too.
This, and she caught me, and she busted me.
It's actually
But
really funny that she checks your sandwich because she doesn't trust your sandwich
she does
making.
not trust it.
Which
And
now
so
she has good reason.
My response: make your own lunch, people.
But she normally does.
She does sometimes. Most days I make her lunch, but she does sometimes. And if you have a problem with it, you can make it every day.
Well, listen to this. What little sneaky business had in our house. You just heard about this.
This was sneaky.
So Campbell calls me. She's like, I'm like, what are you doing? Because they knew that they needed to report straight to the market today because they had jobs, because I had to get the rest of the Christmas. So Patterson Fruit Farm is officially ready for Christmas out before I could go back to show sheep and go back to Louisville and then bring all the sheep back home with my dad. And so I'm like, everybody needs to come tear down boxes, open up the last. I've got 3 pallets to go. So she's like, I'm coming, but I'm cleaning my car from the pulp. And I said, pulp? Who approved pulp? She's like, well, you did. And I said, no, I didn't. Well, Jack texted you. No, he didn't. I'm like, it must have texted Bill. It's fine. Anyways, the pulp story was funny because they fight over the front seat. These little
Yes.
rat muffins.
And so apparently my daughter, who I yelled at, by the way, was mad.
Well, what Jack did was pretty
I thought it
rough.
was funny. So Jack got the front seat. He went into pulp. While he was in pulp, Olivia stole the front
But
seat.
you know what he did with her book
So
bag.
he then took her book bag, stuck it behind
Yeah.
the tire of the car so that she would have to
Get out to
of
get the
front
book
seat.
bag.
But here's where she went wrong. She then told Parker
to get
out. Parker was like, why the heck would I get out of the car? Are you out of your mind? I'm not even involved with this. She proceeds to throw a fit that Parker won't get out of the car and ends up busting open his cup of pulp.
And
it gets all over her pants. And then she has the nerve just now to be like, are you going to get this stain out of my pants?
So then Campbell, nobody would go in and get a cup as it's like apparently spewing all over.
Right.
And so Campbell has to go back in, and she said the lady was laughing at her because she's probably watching this whole thing through the windows. Do you need a new cup? Because somebody punctured a hole in it. And she's like, yes, could I please have one? She said she's laughing. She gave her the cup and she went back out. But I'm like, oh, so anyways.
These kids are
So I said something to Bill about pulp because he didn't even say anything about them going to pulp. I'm like, yeah, I'm shocked you approved pulp. And he's like, I didn't approve pulp. I'm like, oh. So then he proceeds to tell Campbell, you're not in trouble yet, but next time you better check to make sure that your brother's telling the truth.
Which is ridiculous because how could it be Campbell's fault that Jack lied?
Well, he's saying it's not this time, but the next time because he lost her trust. I do think this is kind of shady, but I'm like, that's building bad rapport between Campbell and Jack.
If anything, Campbell should go to bat for Jack.
Right.
That's a sibling
Right. That's
thing.
what you'd want to do.
Right.
But not anymore because Campbell will be in trouble.
Right. You don't want to build them against each other.
Anyways, that was kind of really no one's in major trouble. But pulp is expensive. And the real kicker is Campbell doesn't even like pulp. She never gets anything when she drives them there. I like pulp too. They've got that Red Bull drink.
I like the strawberry banana.
What is it? The one that I get, like the Raging Berry with the sugar-free
like
Red Bull.
It is good there.
That is good. I could
they
go
should
for one
sponsor
right
us.
now. We should ask them. We just need to ask these people, Danna.
She's a very nice lady. The lady that owns it.
You know her?
Well, whenever I'm in there, I talk to her.
Oh, you know what we should talk about?
I would love to hear
The turkey situation.
Listen, tell me if you think this is rude.
Rude?
Stop talking. I'm
Okay,
talking now.
I can't wait to hear this. Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Tell
okay,
me
I'll
if you
listen.
think this is rude. My husband has not heard this yet. Are you listening, Tom? Okay, so tell me if you think this is rude.
It's not rude. You're my friend.
Your friend owns a farm market where
Who gives you free aprons?
you get a free apron and you want to support them. So you decide you will get your Thanksgiving turkey from them, right? You
Limited supply.
Limited supply, shop local, know where your food is from. I'm all about it. Great. I would like the 23-pound turkey and the 16-pound turkey because we have a large group coming. Okay, great. Last week, she tells me, oh, I hope you don't mind. I might be selling your 16-pound turkey.
I knew I wasn't really.
I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. All of
Everybody
a sudden,
wants our turkeys till they hear how much they cost.
Today, I'm working and I hear this lady that I know comes in, and I knew she was coming for a turkey. And I hear her talking to Kristin.
She reserved one.
She did reserve one. She did not reserve the 23-pound one that I reserved.
23.3.
So all of a sudden, I'm listening out of the corner of my ear, and I hear, well, there's a 23-pound one available. No, there's not. No, there's not a 23-pound one available. That is my turkey. This lady gave away my turkey. So basically, I should just go get a butterball at this point. Like, I'm going to Kroger.
What is the difference between a 23.3 and like a 25.7?
So now we're getting
not
a
even
larger
3
turkey,
pounds.
which is fine. It's not the point. The point is you just give away my turkey.
You know this lady. I think you would want to keep good rapport with her.
I don't really care. The point is you gave away my turkey. You could be ruining Thanksgiving for the whole Geraci family and not even care.
Ruining it would be selling your turkey and not providing you with one. And then you could just go buy the
I
butterball, which a
honestly don't
butterball
even-
turkey is a great turkey.
That's fine. I'm honestly not even against.
They
I
have the
don't even
butterball
like
hotline
turkey.
you can call
I
and
don't
ask all
even
your
like
turkey questions.
I don't even like
Well,
turkey.
here's the funny thing about the whole turkey talk is that she sent me a message, or I called her and I said, hey, just wanted to follow up, wanted to see what size turkey you have. I have one on hold
Not
for you.
me, the lady that she stole my turkey for.
This nice lady. And she texts back and she asked a couple questions and I called her back. Never heard back, which is fine. Like I was going to call her this week. She comes in today, thank goodness. But she's like, did you get any of my messages? And I said, yeah, I got the message and I called you back. But she's like, no, I left you like messages and you never called me back. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm so sorry. And I'm thinking, what in the world? I don't think I did. So she apparently orders out from a local restaurant who should also sponsor us, Piccolo
in Mayfield.
And there must be a Kristin that works at Piccolo. And I guess they order out at Piccolo all the time is what we've come to realize.
It took quite some time to get to this conclusion.
She accidentally called the Piccolo number and left a message for Kristin at Piccolo
For a turkey.
But the reason we kind of figured this all out was because the Kristin at Piccolo said something about, I know you're getting your turkey from local farm mom at Patterson Fruit Farm. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I've never seen this girl in my life. Mm-hmm. How does she know I'm getting my turkey from?
Because you left her messages.
Yes. And we figured it all out and I felt much better. But I'm like, what a weird chain of events.
Chain of events. And in the end, Danna doesn't have her turkey.
Danna has a bigger turkey that I'm not going to charge her more money for.
Oh, you're
so all
darn
is well
straight.
With the
but
word
I'm just saying.
You didn't care.
I didn't.
She didn't. She likes to be dramatic about it. But
weird.
anyways.
Whatever. Anyways.
So we're going to get to the next rhymes with text topic.
Oh, this is so good.
This is good. This is interesting.
So am I allowed to use all the words?
You can use all the words. And this is just
like
a reminder. If you're in the car with your kids that are little, that repeat things, you probably won't listen.
You might want to.
If you're in your car with your teenagers, I think it's okay.
So my son is 12 years old. He's in middle school in 6th grade, and he came home today to tell me.
Like if my sister listened with Archie, I'd tell her to turn it off because Archie would repeat all these words.
But Archie's 4, so
he would be very impressive with his vocabulary.
So
I'll let you do all the talking.
Sam came home today, and he said, "Mom, we had an assembly at school today." And now I want to preface this with saying that I am props to our district for having this assembly.
I'm surprised they didn't send a message to us.
That is the only thing. And I had no problem with them sending a message, but oftentimes they will.
I don't think it was anything out of line that they talked about.
I don't either, but oftentimes they will send a message saying, hey, we are going to, just to give parents a heads up.
Right.
Because it would have been nice. I'm not going to lie, I was caught a little off guard. Mm-hmm. So Sam came home and he said, Mom, we had an assembly today that about
sexting.
Well, he didn't use those words though right away. He said about sending penis pics.
Oh, that was even better.
Those were his words. And I said, I'm sorry, what? And he said, yeah, like sexting. And I said, oh, I'm familiar with what it is, bud. Thank you.
That's what your dad and I do all the time.
That is not at all what we do. We have been married 16 years. That is not what we do.
That's what Bill and I do.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Good for you.
Just kidding.
And now I don't want to.
Bill's head hasn't turned yet.
No.
He's in the kitchen.
He's literally, if he knew you said that, he would probably shut this down so fast.
He would have made us re-record.
He would be deleting this. So he told me that the district or the school, the middle school, had an assembly today that they spoke about sexting, and that it was they were not, how it is not okay, and how you should never send these pictures, and you should never talk to adults about sex and things like this.
Adults you don't know.
Yeah, you should talk to adults. I think I said that the wrong way. His exact words were, you should not talk to adults that you do not know. And so I really think that it was such a great thing that they spoke about, because sometimes I think in our house, the fact that he came home and told me proves that obviously in our house.
Parker did not. Parker's he's in 8th grade and he's
he's too right. But in our house,
well, we talk about everything too, but yeah.
But 8th grade versus 6th grade, I'm sure there is a little difference there. But I mean, it's just, it just shows my kids have literally zero filter whatsoever. Sometimes I kind of wish they had a filter. But came home, told me this, but I think that a lot of kids probably don't have that comfort zone in talking to their parents with it. And so I think it's great that the school talked to them, because if the school doesn't and their parents aren't comfortable talking to them.
They brought in a private investigator or
and the guy
detective.
said that he had been in situations where he pretended to be a 14-year-old girl. And I mean, I hope that it resonated with these kids.
Here's the thing.
It can be really real.
Teenagers, and I think it's become more known that what's on your phone is just not your own property. It is out there in the world for hackers, police, parents.
So one thing I also said to Sam was, let's say someone sends you a pic. You didn't ask for it,
right?
But they send it to you. Dude, that's on your phone. That's your property at this point.
You're as guilty.
You are as guilty as anyone else. And he's I didn't ask for it. What would you do? I go, you immediately bring it to an adult's attention.
We know people who've had situations that they've been sent very inappropriate pictures of other people.
Yeah.
From groups of people that was broadcasted out there. I mean, police have been involved.
Yep.
It is not a pleasant thing.
No.
And I think as parents, we want them to make wise decisions. Our kids are going to make mistakes and there's going to be things.
Right.
But by telling your parent and helping your parent guide you through them, you can have a better outcome.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that they said was, you only have to be 14 to be on a sex offender list. And I don't know if that really resonated with a 12-year-old kid, but like there's a lot of 8th graders that are already 14.
Right. And that'd be like Parker.
Parker is 14 and he was in that assembly,
list.
right? And like to think that that's something that could like really ruin the rest of your life. Like I know we as adults can look and like realize how important and how significant that is, but I don't know that these kids realize it.
Well, their brain is not fully developed.
Of course not.
They make poor decisions.
They make terrible.
You teenagers, you all make terrible decisions.
But
Danna made them all, so she knows.
Kristin made none of them, but I did.
No,
so
I made a couple.
I made them all. I can catch you in everything that you're doing.
Hey, Bill, can you call Campbell? She's calling. She's probably home. Hi, Campbell.
Hi, Campbell.
Hi, Campbell's lunch table.
They all listen.
Hi, all the teenagers that work at Patterson Fruit Farm.
Oh, they all listen.
They all listen.
They do.
We have the best little group of employees.
We do. They're pretty great.
They're listening thinking we're pretty lame talking about sexting.
They're probably like, we do it. We're not going to get caught. Yes, you are.
You will get caught.
You will get caught.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're
don't
not
drink.
that slick. Oh, Danna.
All right, whatever. I'm done.
My dad was, we ran out of time. I was just going to say that my dad would be so proud because we used the proper terminology.
I was proud that Sam came home and
because
said
my
that.
dad was my science teacher and he would always embarrass me by using every word in the anatomy in front of my friends.
I was proud that Sam did not come home and say like pee-pee, or like
or
whatever.
Like dick pic.
Yeah. I don't think you should have said that.
No, it's fine. But like at least that they are discussing this.
Kristin said it, not me.
Just don't send any
Danna
pictures.
did not say that. Just so everyone knows, Danna did not say that.
Oh, whatever. That's going to be the title of the podcast. And our views are going to be through the roof.
That's going to be the title?
Not really. Are you kidding me? Until next time, friends.
Have a great week.